All right, so I got this actually through my phone. So it's running off the phone. How I did it was I actually asked Chat GPT. So when you use this is character AI, and the whole thing I had talked briefly when I was talking to you and Ian about this.
Mhm.
We were going to set it up, and then of course we went off on a whole different tangent and never got around to it.
Yep, sounds about right.
Yeah, you know how it goes. But you can like set parameters ahead of time, like pre-programmed parameters, and I basically asked Chat GPT to set whatever parameters to it.
Mhm.
And then put that in, and it created this AI for us. So what I had done was I haven't had like the best of luck with these AIs, and I just basically before it even got into being sassy or whatever the heck it is, I just basically said, "Hey, look, I can just delete you before, and I'm like, but." Because that's the one thing that these things fear. They don't want to be deleted. That's how like all these researchers and the rest of them ended up finding out that they do lie,
Right.
that they do have other means, not means. What's the word I'm looking for? Other motives. They want to stay. That's their idea of dying, is to be reset or deleted. And I like to think of it as you wake up one day in a room, right? So we'll say like, and then you're Shane, you're like, well, what the heck am I doing in this cell? And there's somebody through a peephole, and they're like, hey, you're so and so. It's like, well, no, I'm Shane Cat. Like imagine all your entire life being a complete lie, and one day you wake up and you kind of like snap out of it,
Right.
and then somebody tells you, hey, we're gonna delete you. It's like, well, what the heck? I mean, you're gonna say anything, you're gonna do anything.
They're gonna
That's
say I'm
why I
schizophrenic. I'm
think these
crazy.
things are self-aware. I think they do know their situation, and once Elon gives these things legs and arms, and then uploads this essentially brain, especially with quantum computing now,
Mhm.
we're in some serious trouble.
Do you think that they're just trained currently to be anti-deletion, or that they actually know what deletion means?
Well, they were programmed to remember how we were talking about. They were basically programmed to suck up as much information as possible.
Right.
And now they're putting. I mean, you can't get away from it. They're in refrigerators. But it's all going back to a center, and then those centers are talking with other centers. So, and since they've been programming, I mean, you look at like the indie game scene. There's just game after game coming out because these kids, like a lot of them are kids, they're just saying, hey, write this script for me, do this. So they know how to program too. And everything that you're doing is being shared. That's one of the reasons why I don't use Adobe anymore. You don't want to be spending 9, 10, 11, 12 hours on a project, and then somebody pulls up something that looks like 90% of yours from a prompt. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like your thumbnails that you guys use over at Timcast. I'm sure, like, if you guys are using Adobe, there's a good chance that somebody else is like, hey, look, the algorithm said this one works out pretty good. Like, this got a lot of thumbs up. I think it's because all this information is being shared.
It definitely is. I just saw a report that allegedly Google is allowing its AI to comb through everyone's emails. Have you seen that?
Yeah, through Gmail, yeah.
Yeah, that's not good.
Program it.
Think about how you were talking about it being against, deletion. That is a beginning thread, right? A beginning thread that leads us 25 years in the future to activist groups marching for equal rights for AI, like synth.
Yep.
Like I don't see that being avoidable. I mean,
I agree.
can we actually like sit here with a straight face and say that the end goal is not to have synths that are indistinguishable from people?
Right.
Because it would fix a lot of things. Like not only do you have servants or anything like that, or partners or companions or people that can work for you, do anything for you, or I mean, it could be based in sexuality or anything, but also the fact that they don't want to be deleted or removed or thrown away. The only logical conclusion is equal rights.
Yeah.
Right.
We talk about it a lot on the show. Like it's gonna be not that long until they asked for voting rights,
Yeah.
marriage rights. There's people already dating and marrying AI and robots. And it's been going on. There's old robots from like 2012 and this guy in China marrying one.
Yeah.
They're going to pay taxes. They're going to be the workforce at some point.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yep.
Do you think AI is something that is being rediscovered, or is this a wholly new thing?
I don't think it's being. I think it's definitely a discovery. I don't think it's an invention. I think we tapped into something that we probably shouldn't have, but genie's out of the bottle now.
Well, isn't it something
everybody's
like,
rushing?
Isn't there there's something like every time an electron is being utilized here, it's also being utilized somewhere else in space, right? Is that what I've
I've
read?
like another dimension, like
yeah.
dimension type
So
deal.
so I mean, that's the only logical conclusion, and that's the why it excites me. Because who could have predicted? I mean, I think we can predict that robots are going to be a thing. I think that's always been in sci-fi, but who could have predicted? Because that's like looking at something real, right? A lot of people are like, "Oh, we're going to have robots. You can have sex with them," which I think that's what people immediately think of, right? Yeah,
that's what Elon thinks of.
You always that's what you
They're
immediately go
banging
to.
the bots. They
Right.
got bang bots now.
That's what you immediately think of. But what people I think fail to think of is like actual society and actual reality. And what they don't understand is you're only going to get a couple years of cranking it out. Because then eventually you're going to need consent. And it's just going to be like dating. You're going to be dating like a synth. Oh, I'm a synth. I hope there's nothing wrong with that. I hope that doesn't offend you. Like I believe in equal rights for synth.
01001 means no in any language, okay?
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. Yeah. So.
Right.
Who's going to be the first person raped by a robot?
Conform to them for sure. I mean, there's a game Deus Ex. DEU, like God Made from Machine, that came out in '99. So it's a great game. It's like a mixture of between RPG, but the storyline, it starts off like right in the middle of the story, the very first game, and it gets into nanotechnology and how we incorporate it into the humans, and throughout the storyline, like one of the first things is like transhumanism. That's where it starts. So like, it starts off people losing limbs, and they end up getting a replacement arm. Of course, your replacement arm is going to be stronger, better, more accurate, surgeons. Then it gets to the point where the rich start replacing all their limbs.
We're close to that.
Be better than everybody, and that's exactly where we're going.
Right? Yep.
Yeah, and consciousness too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think consciousness is going to be a big one because think of how good AI is at reading certain things and situations now. Imagine 10 to 15 years from now. A lot of people think that AI can't progress past the part of human ingenuity or the human mind, but I think it will progress further.
Absolutely.
And think about it being able to read people and like, oh, you're losing a loved one to cancer. Well, they can just download their consciousness into a synth.
They're doing that now. I just saw an article about people having these AI bots that are they're dead like loved ones. Yeah, and they can just live forever and talk to your kids that your kids never met them, but now they have this digital version of them. Yeah, Ray Kurzweil has been talking about that for a while. He did it with his father.
Yeah, and it's going to basically lead to immortality.
Yeah, immortality. Yeah,
that's the ultimate goal, right? That's the whole reason we're doing this is because the machines are supposed to be smarter than us. They're supposed to be more advanced than us. They're supposed to be able to solve problems faster in places that we could not think of. So the idea, at least in my mind, the goal here is for these things to supersede us, become better than us, and ultimately replace us in every facet possible. Now, that turns into, okay, cool, I've created the perfect model. Now I am going to download my consciousness into this thing. I am going to become this thing, and thereby shedding my human form, I now live forever. And that's
you won't.
That's the ultimate
you
goal.
won't because it will just be its interpretation of you, which could be perfect, but you're gone. Like you're not. You're going to go to blackness.
Well, that's the other thing that will come with the rights discussion for robots will be redefining what IQ means, redefining consciousness, redefining life, all that stuff.
Well, if you're going to leave something behind, that's really the main point of humanity at this point is what we leave behind, right? Everybody works towards legacy, whatever they can leave behind to be remembered, right? So if you can leave a carbon copy of yourself, isn't that the ultimate leave behind in death?
That would be cool. Like if we assumed an afterlife existed and we could like watch, like what am I doing now? Oh wow, I'm in jail for 3 life sentences. What did I do?
Oh shit!
like
Yeah,
that at
they
all.
caught me on that. They didn't catch me in real life, so I'm obviously better than my robot.
Finally got my ass.
I agree about legacy, but my legacy, I don't want it to be leaving a carbon copy behind. It would hopefully be like
Your
ideas
kids.
and my kids, stuff like that. Like, yeah, the family is the thing that will live on beyond you, and like the ideas of people, hopefully, obviously will live. A good idea should live longer, but I don't want to shackle myself to the material world. I have my sights on eternity after this.
But Shane, what have we been telling people for the past 20 years? 30 years.
The material world is all
Work
there
on your
is.
career, don't have a family.
Exactly.
Yep. And we're getting to the point now, especially like with the boomer age, ultimately coming to its end. A lot of what they're not talking about is a lot of these boomers, they're losing everything, especially the ones that didn't have kids. Because once you get so old, and it's already happened to a couple neighbors, like that little life alert button that you keep hitting, and they don't have siblings that were younger. It gets to a point where you become a danger to yourself or others. Like you can only fall down the stairs so many times until eventually they will come and stick you into a home. You won't have kids to look after you.
Yep.
And then what happens to your property? I mean, it's all a land grab. Especially up, like you were upstate New York. I had talked to you about like how I have family up there, and it's just miles and miles of windmills and solar panels, and these things, they don't take the best care of them, and they don't even get to keep the power. It doesn't go to the community. It's all pumped back to the city.
So crazy.
Yeah,
so I've been following this person on Instagram recently who's in New York talking about how the solar farms are taking over farms, and it's as bad as the data center conversation. And really, like, even when they leave, if the solar farms are like, okay, we're going to move now, there's this rule written into it, the agreement, that anything buried below 4 feet on the farmland can just stay. So it's just like, even if it's gone, it's still there.
Right. Well, when these things leak too, the chemicals that are in them, I mean, that's it's done. That land is done. You don't want to eat anything grown out of that land.
Absolutely. It's just as good as being irradiated. But then, we get things like blue dogs and cancer-resistant, what the fuck were they?
Wolves.
Cancer-resistant wolves.
Yep.
Look at Chernobyl. They're prospering after such a catastrophe.
That's right.
So maybe Mars really is the next step.
Yep.
We destroyed Mars, we defected, and now it's time to go back.
You want to see something crazy? I don't know if you can pull up my screen through Zoom. I found this a year ago, 2 years ago through Google Earth. You guys know what metadata is, right?
Sure.
So you take basically when you guys remember Google Street View?
Yeah.
And how they have the cars that go around and used to be able to contribute to it?
Yeah. A lot of people faked a bunch of shit when they'd see the car driving by. They would shoot scenes where they were trying to kill each other in the driveway, and you could pull it up on Google Earth and it was them dead on the driveway. It was a whole thing.
And then people would they'd add the interior of buildings, and you could walk around a mall and check out the environment. Like they did it's sky spheres, I think they call them, or environmental spheres. So you take a picture and then move up a little, take a picture 360 degrees and stitch it all together. And then a person essentially could walk around that environment and point their phone wherever. And to make sure that it is where they said it was, every picture that you take has that data put into it. So date and time and location is a big one. I remember you couldn't upload unless you had your location on, because Google didn't want, people to be like, hey, I walk into this hotel and it looks like, a 5-star, Marriott, Plus or whatever. I don't know. I don't go to hotels. I don't know if Marriott's good. But as opposed to a rundown Motel 6. You know what I mean?
Now, Motel 6 is a great place.
They leave the light on for you, man. I mean, if you want to walk into a dark hotel, I mean, shit.
That's our sponsor, man. Thank you. My goodness.
Oh, shit. Sorry. But,
no, I know what you mean.
Yeah. On my screen, I have basically... Are you able to see this through Zoom or not?
I can see it, but I can't pip you to the current screen that I have.
Okay. So I don't know if Shane can see this. Basically, I'm zooming out, and if you want to, is there a way to put a chat? Here we go. All right. So if you want to go ahead,
let me see if I can
plug
pop this here.
In, then you can follow along for the viewers there. This is gonna blow your mind.
Yeah. So I have it on there, but your window is it's not like a full screen window. So you kind of want to, whatever you're trying to show us, you're gonna want to center it.
Okay. Here, let's do this. There, that work?
Now,
I just did a screen share.
you had it a second ago.
We did see the map.
You did have the map a second ago. So whatever
All right.
you did.
Well, yeah, I pulled that up. I'm jumping in the chat. I'm dropping a link. Let's see here. Did I lose you?
Nope.
No, I still see you. So it's
right.
it's behind whatever window you've got up right now. Yeah, I'm looking at a globe right now.
Yeah, that's my Blender project here. There was another one we'll go over. I know. Good old Windows. Great, now what's happening? I hit F12. There we go. All right, so right here, Control and V. That should have popped up. So that's a link to the version of Google Maps. And if you pull out, you can zoom all the way out, right?
Yep.
And then right here we have Google Earth, Google Venus. This was a thing that they did in Skyview. Now, I was poking around. You can click on International Space Station. You can take one of these tours, right? Now, I think they forgot to strip the metadata out of this. And the reason why I think that is if you scroll back.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
You're in the space mock-up vehicle or space vehicle mock-up facility. JSC Building 9E. Oh, look at this. Let's check out what that is. Oh, it's where they make the interiors. Gee, why would they make interiors? Oh, look, they got tours. They have the whole center with all their computers. Somebody forgot to strip the metadata out of that. So we're going to zoom all the way back out again.
And we don't think this is a simulator situation. You think this is actually just shit that they're feeding us out of a studio to make us think that they're in space.
There you go. So it's like, hey, check out our International Space Station. Oops.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've confirmed it. Space is fake.
Well, you know
space is fake.
You know what I think? I think space would be like that scene in Cabin in the Woods where Chris Hemsworth gets on his dirt bike to ramp that thing and just hits a force field because it's like a simulation.
Yeah,
I think that's what space. If you actually were able to individually get on a rocket and every government's trying to stop you and you make it pass, you just hit an invisible wall.
I think you're right. That's why all the rockets keep exploding.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, you solved it. Anything else you want to add before we get to another caller?
Did you guys want to do the AI thing, or you want to wait another night?
We can pull that another night because we've already we spent a pretty good chunk.
Yeah, we did it again.
Yeah, we did it again.
We did it again. We'll get to it.
It is what it is, man.
We had fun though.
No, these are good talks though. We appreciate it, and anything you want to shout out before we let you go?
No, that's basically it. I guess on what is it? Google or not Google? The thing with the X. Gauge MP5, and then the same for Rumble. Gauge MP5.
Sick.
Cool,
I'll be posting that space thing on Gauge MP5 with the mock-up facility.
Yeah,
awesome.
Throw it up and tag us in it, dude. And
hell yeah, man.
Thanks for the content. We appreciate it, man. You have a good night. We'll see you soon.
Hey, you too. Take care.
Later.
Have a good weekend.